Des, how are you, lad?
Long time no chat. Jesus, who
I know,
what's,
I know.
What's your
I
name?
know.
What's your name again?
Let's start. It's John Bishop. This is the Bishop Exchange. We're sorry we missed a week, and I'm dead keen to catch up with everything that's gone on. I'm here with Des Bishop and Bradley Hurley. We will explain where we are in the different parts of the world on an individual basis. So, Des, tell us where you are.
Well, first and foremost, since I'm the vainest of the three, the reason why I look like shit if you're watching is because I just woke up. I'm in Ireland, and even though I've made it part of my identity to be an early riser, I'm still a little bit on New York time, and I did struggle to get up this morning. So, and I'm on my first coffee. So I'm in Dublin, Ireland, Troy Parrot land, as they say these days. And I'm here now, talking to my two best friends.
Can I ask you what time is it?
It's only 7:08 a.m., which is, to me, is like, normally that would be like my peak time, but I'm still a little on New York time. So
yeah, well, you've touched on a few things. Number one, you're on New York time, so I didn't even know you're going to Ireland. So that's threw us a little bit. Me and Bradley,
that fucked up the scheduling.
No, didn't fuck up. What's fucked up the scheduling is the fact that me and Bradley are on the other side of the world.
No, I know. That's what I mean.
We're in New Zealand. So last week we couldn't do the show because we were travelling and we hadn't sort of factored that into stuff. The fact it takes 2 fucking days to get here, which is mad. It's just mad. You take off on Tuesday, land on Thursday, so anything you had on Wednesday just disappears. And so,
I should have called you. I should have called you. I've been like, Trump's gone. He resigned.
Put a bet
the
on
whole
it.
world. The whole world changed since you were gone, guys.
So we're literally
in the future,
Brad. We're Wednesday, aren't we?
Yep. Wednesday, 8 o'clock at night. You're waking up on
Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning. It's not as
right,
crazy as you think.
Oh, that's right. So we're 13 hours ahead, yeah.
No, but it was last night when me and Brad were organizing this, and I was like, do you guys have a show tomorrow? And Brad was like, yeah. So, because I was thinking about the timing, and then I was like, sorry, no, I meant like tonight.
Yeah,
exactly. For you guys, because it was yesterday for me, but now it's today for both of us. So finally we've resolved it.
Yeah. And to be honest, that's what goes on. And like I phone home, I speak to Melanie at the start of the day and at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's the only time you can do it.
That's the only time you can do it. And I speak to my dad always at the end of the day. Talking of which, the Troy Parrot thing. So I have missed.
Brad is here.
I know, but Brad.
No, because he hasn't even said hello yet.
I know. Okay, Brad, say hello.
Hi guys.
Right,
I'm also in New Zealand.
Thank you, Brad. Thank you. All right, thank you. What were you saying, John?
No, because I've missed it all, and obviously, Brad's not that interested in football. Were you in Ireland when it happened, when he scored the hat-trick, or were you still in New York?
No, I was in Ireland, and worse than that, I was under pressure on a deadline for Burnaphone, so I was recording Burnaphone with the match on in silence.
So if people don't know what happened, just talk everyone through what happened, because I've read it on messages from me mates, and it sounded like bonkers.
All right, now just to keep Brad interested. So some very attractive men were playing football.
What were they wearing?
Well, they were wearing green, which is probably, I don't know how you feel about green, but
for their eyes.
Anyway, so and like all of us, they had Irish genetics. But anyway, listen. First and foremost, Ireland had what could be considered up until last week a poor World Cup qualifying campaign. They lost to Armenia, and it just honestly, I'd kind of given up. I got to be honest with you, I really wasn't that engaged in the whole thing. I'm not even going to lie, and I think a lot of Irish people would admit it if they were honest that they had, sort of lost a bit of interest in the whole thing. So, long story, Troy Parrott, a guy I also was not familiar with. He was a Tottenham player who didn't succeed under Mourinho, got thrown around on loan for a couple of teams, then ends up in Holland. He he scores 2 goals against Portugal, and they beat Portugal 2-0. Ronaldo gets sent off, and suddenly the whole world is like, okay, what's going on over here? So suddenly it's like, if we beat Hungary, we can actually get into the playoffs, which is like shocking because I really did think it was a lost cause, and so did everybody else. So, of course, pessimistic Irish fan, they went 1-0 down straight away against Hungary. I was like, fuck this, it's not going to happen. Then they went 1-1, but then they went down 2-1. Right? So then I was like, fucking, because by the way, a draw is no good for us. So, not that it matters, but I was like, it's not happening. So I started recording Burnaphone because I needed to get it done, but I was like, I'll have the match on silent in the background. Troy Parrott, by the way, scored that first goal. So now he's 3 goals in 2 matches, right? Then Troy Parrott scores again, 2-2. The first goal was a penalty, by the way, which it definitely was a penalty, so there's no controversy there. So then it's 2-2. So now I'm like, I'm in shock. Ireland are like absolutely pounding their goal. Is this exciting enough here? Because I'm trying to. This is the quick version. You asked me to do this.
I know, yeah, I know. I'm loving it, but Brad's fighting jet lag, so we're there. We're come on. What I think it was 2-2.
Yeah, so it's 2-2, and Ireland are like, pounding their goal, but like it's not going to happen. So there's 5 minutes of stoppage time up on the board, and in the 5th minute, on 5 minutes of stoppage time. Oh, by the way, we had a goal disallowed too. By the way, on 5 minutes of stoppage time, Troy Parrott, for his hat trick, nicks one, toes it under the keeper into the net for what is, in my opinion, one of the greatest Irish matches of all time. Of all time. The place goes crazy. This kid, Troy Parrott, he's from the flats in Dublin. Tough life, like the literal Royal Rover story, the story of that you just couldn't write in a fairy tale. He couldn't even speak afterwards. He was crying. It was so emotional. There was no words at the time. And Ireland is now 100% back, being transfixed by their football team. Honestly, it felt like 1990, which I've only seen. I watched the 1990 World Cup, but I was in New York. I didn't know what was going on in Ireland, but Ireland was like mesmerized.
This is why I asked the question. The reason I asked the question is because you're in Ireland when this is happening, and everybody saw how Ireland embraced Jack Charlton and how smaller nations, and when I say smaller nations with population, if they punch above the weight, what a difference it makes. So Scotland have also just done the same thing, beating Denmark. That's become a massive thing they've got through. And we're in New Zealand, and like New Zealand is a tiny nation population-wise. I think there's 5 million people, 5 million Kiwis, 4 million in the North Island, 1 million in the South Island. And the South Island is the same size as England and Scotland put together with only 1 million people in it. And honestly, they are obsessed with sport, obsessed. I've been riding a motorbike around, and I've been in conversations about the New Zealand netball team are in a tournament with the England netball team. I mean, people are having conversations with me about that. It's like anything to do with national pride that sport can bring out.
Can I just say that I have never watched netball in my life?
No.
Have you?
I did. I did, yeah. No, I'm not telling you when, but I did. When's it wrong? No. Yeah, I did. My girlfriend at school, Denise, she used to be, I think it was goal attack, she used to be. So sometimes I watched her play netball and she watched us play football. Netball, in fact, there was I can't remember who he was playing for. I don't know if it was the schools or the county team or something. And they had the lads playing netball, right? And the interesting thing with netball, as opposed to basketball, is that you can't travel with the ball.
Yes.
And so when you receive the ball, you've got to stand still and everyone's got to move around you. And I remember one of our football coaches made us all play netball to get players moving off the ball.
Right.
It's
yeah,
a
smart.
very good active game. So yeah, no, it's a good game. I think a good game, and it's surprising how it's one of those games that got split between the sexes and it became a girls' game.
Yeah.
You know, there's no
ultimate frisbee is like that too. You can't move when you have the ball. And I play. Oh, John has gotten very excited.
No, I'm here. Right, you can't see, but I'll turn this around. So look over there. So see over there. That's a big, massive park in Christchurch, right?
Yeah.
And I was here at the weekend, and I was going through the park. And as I'm walking through the park, I thought, a bit odd to be playing golf in the middle of a park. There was flags, and when I got there, it was people playing frisbee. It was like a frisbee golf tournament. It was obviously a frisbee tournament, but they had the same thing where they were aiming for flags and aiming for targets around the court. Yeah, shows you how
I played ultimate frisbee at the Kilkenny Cat Laughs Comedy Fest, a fun match with the comedians, and Daniel Kitson accused me of being too competitive.
Daniel did.
Yeah, but it was a problem that I had in my youth.
I know, fucking hell. I played football with you. I remember the competitive Des Bishop. Jesus Christ. Mind your hoose.
Yeah.
That's what he used to say. That's what he used to say. But Brad, any time we were playing football, if there's a player...
Yeah, we said that on the pod.
I know you would say man on it. You say mind your house. It was a Des Bishop phrase that never went beyond Des or Aidan Bishop.
So just for the record, after we talked about that on the podcast numerous months ago, a lot of people in the comments, it's 100% an Irish thing, which I thought might be the case.
Oh, good.
Yeah. The Irish were in the comments saying mind your house is an Irish thing.
Mind your house.
Especially when you play in England, because they tended to take them.
Take your house. I know. It's the Black and Tans. Anyway,
Des, here we are.
What happened? So we finished the UK tour on the Saturday. I flew out on the Tuesday, so I've been here for a full week. Bradley only came a couple of days ago. So as you can see with Bradley's blinking eyes, he's still recovering from jet lag.
It's hard. That jet lag is the worst. It's the worst jet lag. I suffered so badly going across to that part of the world over the years. It's torture.
Yeah. Well, last time I got here when it was nighttime, so just went straight to sleep. Whereas this time I got here in the morning, and I feel like that really fucked me up.
Yeah, it's funny because I actually think that the times I get there in the morning, I do better. The one time I got there at night, anyway, it doesn't really matter, man. At the end of the day, the biggest thing is that it fucks you up. I had crazy. Oh God, I've had it. I won't bore you with all my jet lag stories, but absolute nightmare. It's actually one of the things that makes me want to not go back there. But I do want to go back there. But I'm always like, oh, I'm gonna have to deal with that because for me it's a week. No, there's no other comics that can sleep. I feel like if you're somebody that can sleep in, you don't get jet lag as bad. You know.
I'm gonna tell you something that I hope comes across okay. Because I've never said this before, but I remember coming back when I was working for a pharmaceutical company, and I flew back from a conference in America, and it was an overnight flight, and I fell asleep on the tube, traveling in on the tube to get to Houston. I fell asleep, and I was a younger man. That's one point that I'll say. But obviously my body clock was not completely adjusted. And I fell asleep wearing a suit and woke up with morning glory as we were pulling in to Houston. I was...
Oh, what's... well, I don't get what...
suit and a big massive heart.
Yeah, but that's normal.
I know, but not on the tube. I remember, when you wake up and you go, oh, what's that?
John has knocked over for the listener. John is entertaining himself so much. He's fallen over. He's knocked over the camera with absolute chaos here. That John has entertained himself so much. Right?
I remember waking up. Honest to God, I remember waking up on the tube and
You're
looking.
gonna break my windows with how high your voice is getting.
No, everybody's trying to avoid eye contact when you go, what's wrong? And then I looked down and I get a big, massive stiffy coming out my back.
I don't know what's funny, the story or how entertained you are by the story. I can't tell. You're gonna lose John. How did he die? He laughed so hard at his own joke. Look, Jesus Christ. It's like being in an emphysema clinic here.
I've literally never ever told anyone that. I remember doing it. It was one of the weirdest moments of my life, and I'm going, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and I'm like, I'm sort of saying to people on the tube, I'm sorry.
Can only apologise.
But most people probably weren't aware, John.
I know. Until you apologise.
Mate, David,
Yeah,
aware.
until you apologize.
I'm
Then I was like, oh, all right, I see. Didn't you have a bag? Couldn't you just get up and hold your bag in front of you?
Yeah, mate, I was hanging my bag off it.
Oh God!
Oh,
That's
God.
what you saved.
Anyway,
You saved the quality for the stage. We
Yeah,
really
yeah,
bring
yeah.
we really bring the not quality. What's the word for this low level
the
of?
juvenile stuff. But that honestly,
I
that
love it. By the way,
literally-
I'm not shaming.
Yeah,
you.
yeah. But honestly, I've literally that's just it's funny that we're talking about it because that was one of the funniest moments that I've had when it comes to stuff like that. But when it comes to the traveling side of things, so what's happened? We arrived there. Well, I arrived there on the Thursday. It was pissing down, absolutely pissing down, and I've rented the motorbike. So I've rented a motorbike off these guys, Kiwi Motorbikes. If anyone's ever rented a motorbike in Christchurch, they're great. So I've rented this motorbike off them. So I've been off on my own for a few days, riding. I went to I'll check the name of the place. I went up to the hills anyway, into the mountains. I've been through the mountains, been to Queenstown. I've been to the most southerly place in New Zealand, which is a place called Bluff. I've been all the way down there, and then this morning we did a gig last night in Dunedin, which is like a Scottish-based town. And this morning before we left, Bradley will contest to this. I rode a motorbike up the steepest street in the world.
Yeah.
Officially?
Guinness World Book of Records.
Really?
Officially.
I think it's the steepest residential street.
No,
Right.
it's
I
the
think
steepest street. There's rules. In order to be classed as the steepest streets, there are rules. So the rules are, you need to be able to drive a motor vehicle up to it. It needs to be a residential street. It needs to be open all the time of the year.
Oh.
So
Well,
So it was steep.
I wonder what streets missed out
lots of them
by not
Lots of-
having one of the criteria.
Yeah. Mate, this is nearly 39 degrees. This street. Honestly, I was like Evil Knievel.
Wow, we're getting into fucking degrees of streets now. Listen, John,
I've gone
I
from my
understand.
cock to degrees of streets. It's all going up. It's all
I
going
know,
up.
but I think I really am excited that you did it, but I don't like the way that you're trying to sort of like big up the, like this is 39 degrees of a street here. Like you didn't free fall out of a plane into the Atlantic Ocean. I mean, it's a residential. People live on the
to be
fucking
fair-
street. It's a residential street. People live on it. I do it every day.
People push prams up here.
Yeah. People that raise families.
People push prams and carry kids up. And I'm riding a motorbike with the crash helmets on thinking, I filmed it. I filmed it.
39
filmed it.
degrees. 39 degrees.
I filmed it
What
like
a
I was
pitch.
in Top Gear. Look at me.
What a pitch. Look at the pitch. Look at the pitch of this hill. Has anyone a shirt? I'm surprised I haven't got a Sherpa on the back of my bike. I'm surprised that hasn't shown up on Everest Talk. Could you breathe? Could you breathe at the top, John? Could you breathe? Was there oxygen? Was there oxygen in your helmet?
You don't know, Des, because you weren't there.
I wasn't there, man. But you filmed it, and I'll tell you one thing about filming hills. It's always a disappointment because the hill does not capture the pitch. It doesn't. It's actually true. Like every time I'm skiing and I take a video of like, even the place that I nearly died, if I took a video, I'm like, really? That's not that bad. So I look forward to this uneventful video.
I can't remember the name of this place. Tepico. I fucking should know this. Anyways, this place that I went to is a World Heritage Site for moon gazing because there's no streetlights there. It was that cool. I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning to look at the stars. It was great, but I can't even remember the name of it. Tepico.
This might be a dumb question, but there's no southern lights, right?
Tekapo, yeah, that's it. Lake Tekapo, that's it. Lake Tekapo. There's no southern lights. You mean southern, like Borealis? There is?
Yeah. Oh, there is?
Oh, is there?
There is a southern one, yeah. And there's also, they were showing us about the way there's things that you see in the southern hemisphere that you don't see in the northern hemisphere. The stars are not only in different places, but there are aspects of the Milky Way that you don't see.
Really?
Oh, very interesting.
Did you see it?
Well, I went to a lecture that was given by an English lad, and it was good in this like dome thing that what are they called? The atrium.
Planetarium. Oh, the atrium.
Yeah,
planetarium.
Sorry, yeah, planetarium. So given in this planetarium like a virtual lecture, and then he just said, try and get out nice. And because of the jet lag, I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning and went by Lake Tekapo and just stood there looking at this lake, and it was just a blanket of stars. And then I did that knobhead thing of get my camera out on my phone and trying to take a picture of it and just looking like a dickhead because you don't see anything. It's one of the last things that you can't photograph. It's just brilliant, but you can't take.
You need a special camera.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, you need a special camera. Although I'd be curious what the iPhone 17 could do, because I've seen some of these videos about the iPhone 17 camera. It looks fucking amazing.
Well, he's got the iPhone 17.
Oh, and no good?
Well, I've just not read the instructions. So
no, because it has incredible zoom.
Yeah, the zoom's so good, isn't it? Can someone hear an alarm?
Yeah, so I've been waiting to say that unfortunately there's an alarm going the entire...
Oh, it's you? Oh, okay.
It's me. And it's non-stop in Rialto. For any Dublin listeners to the pod, there's somebody's alarm going off here all the time. And I know what you're going to say because it's a shithole. But I just don't know why there's just so many people have, like, runaway alarms. Is it very loud?
No, I think it'll be all right once we put, like, the noise cancelling on and stuff. I just was checking it wasn't, like, a mic issue.
You're not losing your mind. No, it's going. Hopefully it'll stop soon. It's been going for quite a while, to be honest with you.
The craziest things about house alarms is that no one ever does anything about them. No. Like, everyone just listens to them.
Yeah, what can you do?
Most pointless invention.
Well, no one ever goes to find out what's happening.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10, it's nothing.
I know, but like the whole point of them is like stop crime, but no one gives a shit.
Who's robbing a gaff? Who's robbing a gaff at 7:30? You know?
Yeah.
There's always alarms going off here, but honestly, I think it's like 2 or 3 of the same places where like nobody's ever there. Or whatever, it doesn't matter. I'm not gonna, car alarms are kind of pointless these days. I feel. I don't know why people still have car alarms.
Well, it's one of those things, isn't it? It's like it's fitted on the car, and it goes, but like I don't know. You got to remember, cars are a lot harder to steal than they used to be.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So there's no point in having a car alarm. Although apparently there was a certain brands of cars that were easy to steal for a while, but they've done a software update.
Yeah.
But it's easy to track them, though. That's the thing. You can track them once they're stolen.
Yeah.
What? But listen, somebody needs to do a podcast on all the crimes that are harder than they used to be and all the crimes that are easier. Because I actually think that all the traditional crimes are harder than they used to be. And you really need to get into like cybercrime. That's the future.
Yeah. Well, clearly. Thanks for that, Des. Yeah, look at the
I
sunset.
mean, would you do a murder these days? I wouldn't do a murder these days.
Well,
You'd
to
be
be
out of your-
honest, I was
you'd have to be out of your
murdering a lot
mind.
in the 80s. Yeah, we were all murdering in the
that
80s.
was the time
It was
to do
fun
it.
then, wasn't
That
it?
was
Those
the
are the
time to
days.
do it.
That was the times to do it in the 80s when everyone was loving it.
That was
It
the glory
great.
days.
Yeah, now.
I mean, Netflix can't. Netflix is like, what are we gonna do? They're fucking killing us. We can't make any good docs anymore because you can't get a good serial killer.
No,
I mean,
you
can you
can't get
imagine?
none.
Can you imagine how many serial killers have been caught after only 1 or 2 murders?
I know.
You know, these guys are in
but-
jail. These guys are in jail, and they're like, "Oh man, back
I
in the
was
day,
just
I would have got
warming up."
12 or 13. Back in the day,
Yeah.
I would have got 12 or 13 out of these before I got caught." You know?
Yeah, but do you think you know you're a serial killer? Do you think you start off with the target? Do you think you've got like a target that you're aiming for, or do you just go, "Oh, I've done that. Now I'll do another one, or can't help myself, or carry on"?
I mean, I can only go on all the documentaries and TV shows I've watched, like Mindhunter, particularly Mindhunter, getting into the mind, the beginning of criminal profiling, which is a good recommendation, by the way, even though they didn't renew it for season 3 many years ago, which was unfortunate. But you know, I got to think it's kind of like addiction. You know, it starts with like experimentation, and then the compulsion eventually rises into doing it, and then once you do it, the addiction takes you over. You need it. You try to control it and you can't.
Chasing the high the first time.
Yeah, the chasing the high, and then you know you get into your routines. And I'm just going on the shows that I've watched.
Listen,
You know,
if
watch those shows, John.
If you wanted to be a serial killer, New Zealand's the place to do it. I'm
Really?
telling you. Honestly.
Yeah, but you better have strong calves because there's a lot of hilly streets. You better be a strong calved serial killer. I'll tell you
No,
that.
because literally out in the countryside, they just have these cemeteries just in fields. There's just like there's a few headstones, and they just put them in a field and gone, "That's the cemetery now." And there's no like church next to it. There's no reference point. There's just random graves in fields. So, and because there's so much countryside and so few people, you could easily get rid of a body. Easy.
You don't need a
That's not
cemetery to
really
get rid
the-
of a body, John.
I know, but what I mean is, it's like somebody's sort of hinting at it. You know what I mean? Sort of saying,
I couldn't
"Hey,
help myself.
if
There
you
was just.
fancy it."
But
That
that's the
wasn't
other
the
thing is
topic I
that a
thought
lot
we'd
of
go
the
down.
serial killers back in the day, before all the technology, a lot of the serial killers really ended up getting caught because they couldn't resist, like, letting people know. Because at the end of the day, serial killers and comedians are not that different because they're fucking egomaniacs. So they had to show their performance. That was what always got them in the end. They had to leave little crumbs. A lot of them were writing letters. You know, they
So
were
if you're a serial
egomaniacs.
killer now, you'll be on TikTok. Just
Yeah, a lot of
leave
serial killers are
little
on
clues.
TikTok. Literally, telling you.
Little
Easter eggs.
Easter eggs on TikTok. Going, hey, hey.
Did you remember that movie Minority Report? It was about like you knew people were going to commit crimes beforehand, so you were arresting them in advance.
Yeah.
I feel like if you scoured the internet, you would be able to find some pretty reliable markers for people that would have the tendencies for that level of violence. But listen,
Yeah.
that's a whole other conversation. They may be
Wait,
doing
remember
that.
Don't Fuck with Cats?
Oh yeah, that was.
Who was that?
He was like an internet.
Who's Don't
sleuth.
Fuck with Cats?
I can't even
That
remember
was a
who it
great
in the end, but
documentary.
It was
John.
good, yeah.
You need to watch that. Anyway, what else? What else is going on, lads?
Well,
What else is happening in your world?
yeah, why are you in Ireland?
Well, first of all, I always need to spend a certain amount of time here because I've got obligations and things to look after.
Yeah.
So I have a few shows and stuff.
Oh, you're gigging?
Yeah. I did Tyler on Sunday night, and I'm doing a few shows this weekend, and then I have one more show the following Thursday. Then I'm out. Plus, I'm seeing everybody.
How's
You
it
missed
been?
you missed my 50th, bro. You guys decided to take the week
Oh,
off
yeah.
on my
What
50th
did you do?
birthday.
Never got the invite. Never got the invite, and I didn't want to make
No,
a
I
big deal
didn't- I
about
didn't-
you being 50.
I didn't-
So I just
I didn't
thought,
do anything.
I-
There was no invite. There was no invite. It's just that
I
our
know, but I
podcast
don't-
was supposed to go out on my 50th birthday, and we canceled that week.
I would have done a special one for you. I think it's an important thing to commemorate. I've turned yellow, haven't I? What the fuck have I done?
John is well because you changed the lighting and you put the curtain. You put the curtain behind
It's
you.
because the sun was setting and I was turning red, and then I turned the lights on and I turned yellow.
And then you're turning yellow.
I mean, look at that for the sunset, though. Can you see it?
Jesus. Wow, look at
You
that.
can't see it. You
Hey,
can't
John.
see it. Anyway,
Just
hey,
like
mate,
the stars.
Now you're 50.
Just
Now
like
you're
the
50.
stars.
You're gonna
Sunsets don't look good on camera. Just like the
Now
stars.
you're 50. Now you're 50, Des. You can get involved in these conversations. Look at that. Isn't that good?
That's sunset.
Hey, you don't see that every day, do you, son?
Yeah, now you're 50.
So how'd you feel? How'd you feel?
don't get morning wood anymore. I don't have to worry about going on the tube. I can tell you that.
How does it feel being 50?
I don't feel anything. I feel just as bad in my knee as I did when I was 49.
Yeah, but did you
But
not
it's
think
just
of
a
having
number.
a do? Did you not
No,
think
so I
of-
had a very nice fancy dinner with Hannah. We went to a 3-star Michelin Korean restaurant in Manhattan called Youngsik, which actually it was amazing. Jungsik. Amazing restaurant, amazing dinner. And that is one thing that I have discovered in recent years is that the fancy tasting menu restaurants is really my bag.
Oh.
That's my rave.
Yeah.
That's my rave in my latter years. The good news is Hannah loves it as well. So we don't do it enough, actually. So that's going to be our thing, I think, moving forward. We're going to find
Big. Well into that. I remember when me and Melanie did it for the first time. It was in Claridge's. We went to Claridge's Hotel. And we were just fucking out of our depth. And I'm not talking like a long time ago. I'm talking maybe about 4 years ago. 4 or 5 years ago. So, we look like we should know what we're doing, but we really don't in this big Michelin star restaurant in Claridge's. But they had a tasting menu, and you could have wine with each course.
Yeah,
well.
wine
Just have it
pairing.
without- Oh, and we had it, and it was stunning. Like, stunning. It was brilliant.
So
And then
I had the
remember-
non-alcohol pairing. Sorry, what were you going to say? You
Oh,
said
you
I
can have a
remember.
non-alcohol pairing.
Yes. And the guy that was doing the non-alcohol pairing, it was like a fucking TED talk with every drink. It was amazing.
Yeah.
This is fermented in Norway, and it was crazy because he was like, and it's made from blackberries and the tears of Inuits. Like it was just crazy. Like it was just crazy the information that he had about each different drink and why these flavors will enhance the dish. And then I have my skeptical hat on. I was like, this is all a load of wank. Then you actually like take a bite without it, and then you take a bite with it, and you're like, holy shit, this does make it better.
Oh, mate, brilliant. And I remember we took Melanie's dad for his 80th or something. One of the last times that we took him out before he passed away. We took him there and did the whole tasting thing with him. And I'm so glad that we did with him in the least, because I love that way. You just hand it over. You just go, I can't.
No decisions.
All you got to do is just not. As long as it's vegetarian, just feed me. And honestly,
I almost had a heart attack because when I got in there, they put a menu in front of us, a lot of information on it, and I was like, "Why is there a menu?" I said, I said to the guys, like, "Do I have to make any decisions here?" And they're like, "No, but you can add 1 or 2 supplementals." So there's like daily things that you can add if you want. So that was the only decision I needed to make, thank God, because I went in there with the brain of like, you put food in front of me and I'm going to eat it and I'm going to judge the shit out of you. Despite the fact that I can't cook for shit, I'm going to rate all your insanely prepared dishes with my Philistine tongue, my fucking ignorant tongue.
No, the tongue of a 50-year-old man who's
Wow,
earned the right to be judgmental.
Freshly 50. Freshly 50. There must be a fetish for that.
Listen. You're gonna get loads of material now because you're over 50. It's a good landmark. It's a good landmark to say jokes about.
I don't know about that. I ended up on the first thing I did when I was 50 was get on stage because obviously I was taking my birthday off to have dinner with Hannah, but I put in to the Comedy Cellar for the Tuesday, but she gave me a spot after midnight. So actually I was on stage when I turned. It was the first thing I did was a gig. So I'm officially it's going to be a decade of comedy still because it was the first thing that I did. So anyway,
Really?
it was a reason why I mentioned that I turned 50, but
Yeah.
Sorry. That's the other thing of why I'm back in Ireland is I'm checking in with everybody. You know, I'm having a dinner tomorrow night with the lads, and then I'm having a dinner on Monday with the Gibneys, like the extended family. So that I got like social and business obligations here, and plus I wanted to check up on the gaff, open my mail. I got a lot of shit to deal with here.
Yeah. Opening letters and stuff like that. Look,
Man.
Look at Bradley trying desperately to stay awake.
Are you falling asleep, Brandon?
Yeah, blinking very slowly, Bradley. Yeah.
It's amazing. It's amazing how there's still some places that don't do like email for important documents. Like the fact that some people still like insist on post is beyond me.
Yeah.
And the other thing I want to say, it's my little complaint, because I very rarely mention anything that's better in the States versus Ireland, but the online banking over here is a pain in the fucking hole. And that's my cry to the Irish banking system. You need to figure out a better way. It's just so annoying. There's always, I don't care about the extra security, but what I care about is just that, like, it's so easy to screw it up. And then if you screw it up, the fixing it is insane. It's just very annoying.
See what's happened? You've turned 50 and you've become a middle-aged man already.
Well, I have to tell you, I've been complaining about this.
Saying things used to be better. When we had checks, it was lots better. Lots better. I could sign a check and everyone knew it was me.
I'm saying the opposite, Pat. It's better when your online banking system works well. Now, Ireland's online banking system is, in my opinion, a little antiquated. They need to step it up.
Does it depend on what bank?
Well, I can only speak for my bank, and I'm not going to name them. But all I'm saying is Revolut is coming for you guys, so fucking step it up. Step it up.
Bank of Ireland. I bank with the Bank of Ireland, and their app's fine.
All right, John. That's because you live in Europe, and you're only used to the fucking shitty online European system. If you fucking banked in America, you'd know how much easier it is. And it's the only thing about America that's better. The only thing.
The only thing, yeah, that's not a surprise, is it? Something to do with money is better than America.
How much are you using the app for the Bank of Ireland?
Twice a year.
Oh, missed the
and it only takes
experience.
20 minutes. Only takes 20 minutes each time, so it's fine.
Yeah. What happens when you fuck it up? What happens?
What happens is they go to ask somebody called Mary in the village, is it really me? And they show her a photograph. And she goes, happy Jesus, it's himself. It's himself, it's himself.
All right. So, before we get off, how much, we don't have to get into it, but are you paying attention to how fucking crazy it's gotten since the last time we talked in the United States?
I got to tell you, right, and this is honest to God true. If you're in New Zealand, the rest of the world can disappear. I can understand how COVID, they just locked down. Because I don't even watch the fucking news here. It's very hard to find the news. You go into the hotel, there's hardly any news on. So I was listening to the radio. So I thought, when I first got here, I thought I'll listen to the radio in the hotel. So at least every hour I'll hear the news.
Brad, who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna tell him? Who's gonna tell John that the TV and the radio are not the only way to get the news?
So, because I wanted New Zealand news, and I put the radio on, and listen, I'm not kidding you. The news, I think this was Saturday, when I was here, or Saturday or Sunday. The news, when it came round at 1 o'clock, the headlines of the news was about the Association of Lorry Drivers complaining that some roadworks were being conducted without them being informed, so they'd have to go a long way round. That was number one item. The Epstein files were number 5 item in the news. It's like the rest of the world just they don't give a shit about it. It's brilliant. Well, so how mad has things got then?
Well, it's just bonkers because this guy really seems to be under ferocious pressure. Like they're all turning on him. Like they really are the MAGA people are turning on Trump.
Because he won't release the files.
Yeah, and just how badly he's dealt with it, and just how badly he's dealing with everything. It's just like, and also, you know, the economy. But also, it's pretty obvious that the economy's not doing what he keeps saying it's doing. And on top of it, you know, they had to pull back some of the tariffs. You know, so they keep saying, "Oh, tariffs aren't raising prices," but then they had to take tariffs off like coffee and beef because the prices were going up. So it's like. We're not. People are like, we're not stupid, bro. You're saying the prices aren't going up because you're saying tariffs don't raise prices, but then you have to take tariffs off because the prices are going up, and you're still trying to say that they don't raise prices. It's like, motherfucker, I don't care how dumb the dumbest person who voted for Trump is. They're not dumb enough to not see that. They can see it.
Yeah.
No, they're not. They're turning on him. They are turning on him. That is.
Think that's it?
No. They're publicly doing it.
He's been there for a year.
Yeah, no, but
he's going to let go of the reins.
It's not about. It's not about him letting go because okay, I'll tell you this. Let me give you an example. If this was the UK, he would not have an absolute majority, right? Because the amount that there would be a vote of no confidence right now in the UK. Without a shadow of a doubt, there would be a vote of no confidence. I mean, fucking Mandelson resigned straight away with connections to Epstein that were nothing like the amount of mentions that Trump is getting. So, like...
But they voted now, haven't they, for the files to be...
Yeah, so that's one bit of evidence that they're turning on him. They voted unanimously. But he knew that was going to happen, so he said, like whatever it was, 3 or 4 days ago, vote to release him, because he was covering his ass because he knew that he'd lost the battle, right? And then Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert, another of these dumb fucking MAGA Congress people, they pulled her into the Situation Room. That also didn't go down well. The Situation Room is where, JFK is sitting there trying to stop nuclear war, where Obama is sitting there finding out if they killed Osama bin Laden. George Bush Jr. is sitting there finding out if they got Saddam Hussein. The Situation Room is like one of these iconic rooms. It's not where you pull a fucking congressperson in to beg them to not vote to release the Epstein files because it's going to damage them. So there's so much bad optics that he's losing a lot of people. But honestly though, in the end of the day, it comes down to the economy. Like the economy is not really doing well other than the stock market. And people are just like, dude, we voted for you because you're the economy guy. And all you've brought us is chaos, a bad economy. And now you're covering up for yourself or you're covering up for powerful people on a horrible thing that, women were, their lives were destroyed. So it really is not looking good for him. Yeah. And obviously, all the non-MAGA media are just pointing out the insane hypocrisy of all the bonker, the bonker side of the internet that has a lot of power in MAGA world, like the Alex Joneses and Jack Posobiec, guys you wouldn't even know, but like the Pizzagate people, like all this, Hillary's emails, like all these things that they exaggerated in the past, like things that weren't even real. They exaggerated them, turned them into these insane conspiracy theories. QAnon, Bradley, stay awake. QAnon, all this nonsense that they really believed in for so long. All of them are trying to downplay the emails, which are so much more explicit and obvious than any of the shit they sort of tried to stretch really hard to make it seem like the Democrats were horrible. And by the way, there's Democrats and Republicans involved in the Epstein thing, but it is just insane how that some of them are still trying to act like this is nothing, and the nothing that they tried to stretch into something before was still worth, the energy that they put into it. So the whole thing is really on the precipice of crumbling. So we'll see what happens.
I'd be interested because I think from afar he looks like incredibly corrupt, openly corrupt. He's put
openly corrupt.
Put people like Hesketh in place. I saw a little thing where he was taking Fox News around the new ballroom that he was going to build and this wall of fame that he's created with all ex-presidents and all that. And it's gaudy and it's classless, and you're thinking, how can he be getting away with it? And then you get people, unqualified people like Hesketh, all of a sudden getting positions of power, and you think, that surely can't last. You know
It's
what I
not
mean?
going
If
to
you're-
last. I'm telling you right now,
if
it's
you're
not
a
going to last because
four-star general in a room and you've got a knobhead who looks like one of those knobheads in the gym who tries to beat you on the treadmill, standing there at the front telling you how to be a soldier, you'd be going, who the fuck's this fella? Like, which one of us is going to take him out? What's he doing? And they've been through it, and that's the bit where all of us outside, apart from the people in New Zealand who don't give a shit, all of us outside are thinking, when's the stack of cards going to fall down? Because
honestly,
it needs
it's
to
falling.
fall down. But it needs to fall down because they'll have an effect on the right wing populism that's going on in other countries, like we've got in our country. And if he falls, then people will start looking at Farage in a different light and go, hang on.
But I'm telling you, he's falling, man. Because the thing is that there was already an election. I think that's another thing that happened since we chatted, because it's been 2 weeks. There was an election, nothing that important, but the Republicans had not one decent result. And it basically showed that people were not having it. And a lot of the people that voted for Trump have already turned, like, because they can do that. They can check the statistics, and like areas that voted for Trump, they went hard the other way on this one. People are not having it. They don't like the White House thing being torn down. They don't like the classicist that you're talking about. People aren't into it. And Marjorie Taylor Greene, that's the big one. Pay attention to her. I think she's out of her fucking mind. And now suddenly she's all full of sense and saying everything. I agree with everything she's saying, which is bonkers. I literally posted a joke about it a month ago, but now she's gone even more against Trump. I mean, Trump is, leading her to have death threats and everything. He's calling her Marjorie Trader Green. Marjorie Trader Green now. Exactly. That's what he's calling her.
But saying stuff like that is dangerous with the what's the word about, with the supporters that he's got, with the people that he's appealing to, calling people a traitor.
Yeah, I know.
Mad. And
it's all hypocrisy, because they were accusing quote unquote Democrats of being violent after the Charlie Kirk thing. It's all just bullshit. Oh, and by the way, did you see when he called the journalist piggy? Something like "shut up, piggy." He called a fucking journalist piggy on the plane.
He said "quiet, piggy."
Quiet, piggy. To a female journalist, asking him like a very normal question. Quiet, piggy. Called her piggy.
And what happened?
That's the whole thing. Nothing.
But all the other journalists must have gone.
Well, that's a lot of people are complaining about that. A lot of people are complaining that none of the other journalists was like, easy. She's big boned.
Leave it alone. Hey.
No, it's awful, man. It's awful.
If Kermit had been there, he'd have said something.
Who?
Kermit. He just stood up for her.
Yeah.
Hey,
I like him thick. I like him thick.
I was going to try to do a Kermit the Frog fucking impression then, but I can't. Hello, bitch.
No, that would have been the best. That would have been the best comeback of all time if that journalist said, "Sorry, Miss Piggy," to you. Yeah, exactly. that would have been iconic. But that also didn't. But the thing is, it also didn't go down. Secret Service would have jumped all over her, though. That's the only problem.
Smacking them everywhere. Hiya, hiya.
Yeah. But honestly, though, that also didn't go down well. People don't, because it is, all that stuff worked when people thought it was worth it, for the chaos, because he was like some sort of magician. But now that the people realize that there's no magic, now it's just like, what the fuck is going on? I honestly don't think he's going to make
people peel back and they see, what's going on in Gaza was in part driven in order for financial gain for his family, and all of these things that are going on, like in plain sight.
Yeah, it's all in plain
sight. At some point, you hope the system's going to make people accountable for that.
I think it is. But hey, by the way, the other bit of insanity was yesterday. Mohammed bin Salman was fucking at the White House press conference. Trump and fucking MBS, who murdered fucking Jamil Khashoggi, right? So a journalist asked a very reasonable question about, you think this is appropriate to have this guy here because, fucking Jamil Khashoggi. And Trump is like, who are you, fake news? You're disgusting. You're horrible. And then when he talks about Jamil Khashoggi, he goes, now, the particular individual you're talking about, you know, not a lot of people like that gentleman. And things happen. Things happen. And I don't know why you're disrespecting our guest. Like, he's basically like, hey, not everyone liked this guy. And sometimes assholes get murdered and chopped up and put in a suitcase.
I was saying this morning, I said, there's no way. People are going to start saying that Epstein killed himself. No, all evidence suggests it was virtually impossible for him to do it. And you've got the president there going, things happen. You know what I mean? Nobody liked this guy, things happen. He's almost saying, look, this is what you do.
Yeah. Well, that's what Jamil Khashoggi, bro. This guy was chopped up. He's just a fucking journalist. And he's chopped up and put in a fucking suitcase. And it's a known fact that it was fucking MBS. And I get it. Sometimes you turn the other, you know, you look the other way politically, but you don't fucking have him in the White House and then cover for him in front of the whole world and be like, hey, sometimes shit happens. You know, sometimes these journalists need to fucking learn to keep their mouth shut. Otherwise, you end up in a suitcase. It's crazy.
Well, that's what he's trying to say, isn't it? That's the point of his...
Yeah, so come on. None of this stuff is going well. So anyway, that's it. That's my... I feel like, you know, we needed to catch up with the... John, what are you doing?
I was just...
You're gonna tell a ghost story?
No,
John is messing with...
I was trying to use the lights off my phone to offset the darkness that I was in, but I do look like a ghost.
Yeah.
It's not really.
We're gonna finish. We're gonna finish.
We're gonna made me blind anyway.
We're gonna finish anyway.
No, let's carry on.
So how long are you in New Zealand?
You know what, Des? To be honest with you, if I'm being honest, it's a tour that we added in without realising how big the UK tour was going to go. And I really should have just gone on holiday. I mean, this will be fine, but like we've got another fucking 4 weeks. And it's like 4 weeks. So it's between now and up to Christmas. And like we're in New Zealand and then Australia. And it'll be great. The gigs will be great, but you go off this massive UK arena tour and then you've kind of got to build up again. And for both me, Brad and Adam who've been on the tour, it's a little bit like, Jesus, we should have had a couple of weeks off. It was like
I could have fucking told you that, but you and Hannah have the same thing. By the way, you never think about how fucking intense each thing that you're booking into that block of time is.
You're very right.
That's the problem is you just have to take breaks, man. Bradley can't keep his fucking eyes open.
I know.
He can't handle his shit.
He's put a complaint in. Right, okay, so listen, the world's gone mad since we've been down here, but hopefully it will continue to flush out the madman in the White House. By the time we get home, the world will be back to what it should have been. But listen...
And at least the world is back to normal. The Bishop Exchange is back up, and life is good.
And we won't miss another week. And what we'll do as well, I genuinely think we need to get back to having a few episodes with questions, because I've fucking enjoyed them, and we stopped doing
You missed them.
Yeah, I do. Let's get some of them in, Brad.
All right.
We will. We've got loads of questions.
Thanks everybody. Don't forget, like and subscribe. Send a WhatsApp. Send an X. Send whatever way you tell your friends what you're listening to and spread the word. Thanks, everybody.
Ta-ra.
Bye.
Draw.